Hello, hello. Healthiest porridge in the world. We're going to talk about today. It's getting to that time of year in England where it's, porridgey weather. We've been eating it kind of year round, not every morning. It's obviously a really good, healthy, nutritious start to the day. Oats are really good for you. You can get various types of milks, but sometimes it just doesn't do what I feel like it could do. My name's Toddy. I make daily videos profiling my life, ideas, things that I'm into, things that I'm looking into. We've started a company called Nonconformity Company, where we're going to present as much education for free as possible through Nonconformity University. We're going to present a challenge kind of model as well, where it's 100 startups in 1,000 days, and starting lots of businesses, or the starting elements of a business, and give the blueprints away for free, which leads to the third way of presenting all of this stuff. It's nonconformity blueprints, where that'll be another way for people to access the information, come in, look at the blueprints, and be like, oh, the directory business model, what's this? Oh, there's an example here of it with nonconformity AI tools, and nonconformity tools, and realfoodseeker.com. That's a good idea. I could do it for this. Here's the model, here's the method, and copy. And one of the projects that I've got, startups, is called the Healthiest Recipe in the World.com. And because LifeMaster brand runs through the heart of the company, we split life down into 5 areas: health, work, people, finances, and evolution. And arguably the health category is the most important, because the healthier we are, the more energy we have, the better our mind works, and the more that we can do and push those other areas. So it's really making sure that, health splits down into body, mind, nutrition, and energy. So looking after the body, looking after the mind, looking after the nutritional side to give the energy to the body and the mind. So in that nutrition category, the healthiest recipe in the world really sits. And this business model is not necessarily for money to start with. And this is one of our messages to people, is to just start a project for something that you want to do, or bring people together. So this will be combining the community-based business model and, I guess, the challenge business model, because it's really a challenge to find the healthiest recipe in the world, or the healthiest recipes in the world. And yeah, I just figured I'm entering a phase now where work's going to really pick up, and we're going to really launch a lot of these businesses and get things really automated and running. So I want to be as healthy as possible, and the first thing you eat in the morning is really important. So the idea with the healthiest recipe in the world is we'd list all of the qualities a meal should have, a bit like a multivitamin. It has, vitamin A, B, C, D, all these things of the RDAs, the recommended daily allowances that we need. Microphone's on, that's good. I'm pleased with how this video is going. I used to sometimes film like 10-minute video and then look down and the microphone was off, but I think we've got better now. So not a vitamin, but a meal. So we'd list all of the vitamins, all of the minerals, all of the other essentials that we need, the macro and micro minerals, the omegas, the fats, proteins, fats, carbs, fiber. We need to really define, first of all, that list. And a lot of the information is quite accessible, of how much, recommended for an adult, how much vitamin C you need a day, and D, and things like that. And so once we've got that list, the challenge will be, as a community, to go away and work together, or work individually and bring those ideas to the community. Come up with a recipe. Like, you could be like, right, it's a tortilla wrap. But what you've got to do with the ingredients is not only make a nice dish, you've got to tick as many of these boxes as possible. So it's like, the meal's amazing, it's tasty, but it's highly nutritious, because it's mathematically, scientifically got as many of the RDAs in as possible. And I think porridge is a really good way of, a really good, there's certain meals like a roast chicken dinner. You're probably going to struggle to do this, aren't you? Unless you're sprinkling it over lots of things that probably wouldn't go with that meal. But a porridge, or a stew, maybe a soup, maybe some kind of wrap. It gives you the ability to merge in lots of different ingredients. I love food, I love health, I love business. We're just trying to show you in this business model, one of the 100, that we're just going to start this project as a community-based challenge with no worry about the money right now. No worry about the money. As time goes on and you build something, some interest around this and some hype, you get traffic to the website. You can do any number of things then to make money once you've brought people along for part of the ride. You know, you could get into being an affiliate of ingredients or suppliers. You could start stocking ingredients and suppliers yourself. You could do a cookbook. You could do a recipe website. And then there's lots of things that you can monetize within that. So sometimes I think a lot of people don't start their own project, their own side hustle, their own businesses, because they can't work everything out. But it's like, just forget about everything right now, because most people, you're going to be in a job, you're going to have your money coming in. Just start working an hour or so a day on this. Join the 4 a.m. club for $111 lifetime membership and join us all at 4 a.m. while we hustle away, work out your minimum viable income, which is just your survival money that you need. Do that from 4 a.m. till 7 a.m. until you're earning enough money from these projects where you can quit that day job. Then your life completely changes. So it's an acceleration program to get there. And if you don't have much time, much money, or much know-how, we've got it all covered for you there. And so this is an example really of a business, of a startup, of just doing something that I'm interested in and passionate about and want to find out about. And I'm sure other people will as well. And there's a bit of a challenge element there as well, because it's like, here are the rules. Here's what you need to do, but there's many different ways of doing it. It's a bit like the Master Chef or Ready Steady Cook challenge, where they're like, right, here's the 5 or 6 ingredients, go and make a dish. And there's many different ways they could go about that, but you know, you've got to use those staple ingredients. So it's a bit like that, but we're looking to get in all of those RDAs, as many as possible, without sacrificing the quality of the dish. This could go into food trucks later. You could have a brand in itself, doing all manner of pop-ups and food events and meals in supermarkets. Who knows? There is a lot of ways it can go. But the point here today is just start with the first step or two. And all you need is a bit of software and a simple website and some gusto to start going for it. So we've been juggling, you know, we're just do one or two. We're juggling starting this company and how to get it across, with all of the different ideas, with actually doing them, while researching all of the technology and software as well, and living life. So mentally, it's a lot. I've achieved a lot. There's a lot to do, and there will always be a lot to do. We've got till the 7th of April 2027 to have 100 startups completed, live and ready, and then into the education on Nonconformity University, all for free. The blueprints all on nonconformityblueprints.com for free. So you can come in any way, easily learn about these businesses and show them. So that if there's something you're into, if there's something you want to find out about, there's something you might think benefits humans, the earth, our future, just start bringing people together and exploring it. Don't worry about the money. Like these softwares don't, you know, cost very much money. A lot of them are free and have free trials. And once you start to build up a community of people, they will also then feed in to what they like, what they're into. They might bring ideas. You might find some collaboration partners where, you know, a lot of best businesses are partnerships where you get 1, 2 or 3 people, all with different strengths, bringing different things. Some people might be the doers. Some people might be the idea things. Some might be the more empathetic, creative things. So that's another possibility of you starting this to bring in. You're opening the doors then to the universe to say, hey, like if you really like this, then it can then match and find other people to come along. But for the porridge, I'm thinking these are chia seeds. So I'm thinking you've got the base of porridge with oats, soaking them in water at night and cooking them with ideally raw milk in the morning. But I think having 2 other pots of perfect mixes of like chia seeds, other seeds, and nuts, that some of them to be soaked. So you would just get a spoon out, and that would be the perfect mix of all those things. That would go in with the soaking of the porridge at night. So that's a load of nutrients in there, with the chia seeds that expand to 10 times the size, big on the omega-3s, protein. Yeah, very, very good for you. So then in the morning when you cook the porridge, bang. Then in your other pot, you've got that could be more nuts and dried fruit, and any other ingredients, really, to try and make up all of as many as possible of the vitamins and minerals that we need to get in that dish. And then it's scientifically proved, doesn't it? It's like, well, these are the RDAs, these are all the foods, we've matched it. I had started a spreadsheet on this a while ago, I started looking at all the nuts, because each nut is really high in one of the B3, B6, B9 you'll find, and the seeds I think are the same. So it's like, if you can get the right mix of nuts and seeds and the right ratios and the right weights, then you should be hitting a lot of those vitamins and minerals. And then it's just there, isn't it? At night, you just get a couple of scoops of porridge, bang, water, get your pot of soaked things in there with it as well. And then in the morning when you make it, you've got another pot with your other things that add on. And then it might be that you also add on some yogurt to get a bit more fat in there, and some honey, and maybe some fresh fruit. So it's like a real mix of stuff, but it should be really tasty. And it should then tick all of those boxes to give you everything you need for the day. So no need for multivitamins, no need for anything else. You've ticked it all on breakfast. So like, even if you just eat pizza for the rest of the day, at least you've got everything in, you know what I mean?